Hello everyone. In this quick lecture, I'm going to talk about what histograms are and how to make them using Python. So to be able to do so, we need to have the two libraries, matplotlib, pyplotplt, and the numpy as well imported into the code. The other thing that I was going to mention is how an histogram looks. The histogram that you see here is indicating a set of data. So what is this histogram showing us is basically telling us that there are a bunch of numbers and it tells you how many times each number was repeated in the data that we have. In the case for lab 2 in BPK 409 in your class, it's basically the heart rate, average heart rate for all of the students in the class, and how many times the heart rate was repeated in the class for different students. Now, to be able to make such thing, first I'm going to make a set of data. In this case, I'm going to make sorry, I'm going to make data like that. So this is basically making a bunch of random numbers from 0 to 1. It making 6,000 of them. You don't have to do this. This would be basically the heart rate information downloaded from the class Excel sheet when you on Canvas. So you have the data. I'm just going to call it heart rate. After that, to be able to plot a histogram, all you have to do is for the graph to look nice and add these basically indicating lines so it looks better. What I'm going to do is write this here. Basically, I'm changing the style of the graph so it looks nicer with the lines and everything and the white background. Feel free to change the style by searching plt.style on Google and figure out which style you like to use the most. And to plot the actual histogram, that's the code that we have to basically write. The way it works, you write plt.hist, which indicates that this is a histogram. It's not just any kind of plot. And then you put your data in, which in this case, it's heart rate. I'm going to write that down. That's your data. And then comma bins. What bins does, I'm just going to get rid of this part for now. What bins does, essentially, it lets you to choose how many sections your histogram has. When we say 100 bins, it means it has 100 sections. I'm going to start with 10, just like that. If I run the code, you see that there are 10 sections to this code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like you can see that it's sectionized to 10 generic sizings. So it has 10 bins as the suggestions say it. Now I can increase the number of bins. You can see that, for example, in here, a number between 0 and 1 was repeated about 1700 times. Same as a number between -1 and 0 was repeated also more than 17,000 times, 1700 times. So yeah, it's basically dividing the bins. Now, if I increase the bins, I'm going to increase the number of possible ranges that I have. So it's going to basically section the numbers into smaller pieces. And as you can see, a number between 0 and about 0.1, from what it looks like, is repeated about 175 times. So that's how you just increase the number of the bins. You can decrease them as well. I'm just going to do that so you guys can see. That's how it looks. Now for like purpose of showing the rest of the settings on hist, I'm just going to use 25 bins. Basically it's 25 sections, or yeah, 25 sections to this histogram. And the middle section, you can see it has 700 values in it. Now you can add face color and edge color to the histogram. So in this way you can change the color of the bars themselves and color of the edge line on the bars. To do that, I'm just going to run it. You can see that the face color is red or the face color is blue. Sorry, the edge color is blue and the face color is red. If I swap them, blue and red, you can see that it's just going to flip and it's just red lines around the bars. And as well as that, I can choose other colors, green and red, stuff like that. It's up to you what color you want to choose. If you like to use other color codes, you can always go to the htmlcolorcodes.com. I have the link here written for you. And what you can do is put the 6-digit hex code that you see here. Now I'm going to show you, for example, a random hex code. Let's see what color that is. That's like coincidentally a nice color. It's like a nice green color. Now you might ask how I figured out the name, like what is these numbers and digits means. All you have to do to figure out a color that you like, as I said, you have to go to htmlcolorcodes.com and you can just figure out a color that you like and copy that 6-digit or 6-character code that it gives you here, which basically lets you to choose the coloring. Or you can, as I said, just use the stuff that you use for other plots. B as the blue, red as red, W as white, and all that kind of stuff. That's basically how you make a histogram.